Steve Coates from the Flyers Radio Network. He joins us now with a look at the Fly Guys as they get ready for the Maple Leafs tomorrow night. Coatesy, welcome.
Gentlemen, by the way, the Maple Leaf Gardens is now a supermarket downstairs and a 4,000-seat ice arena on the upper level that houses Rensselaer Polytechnical Institute.
Oh, wow. RPI. Nice job, Coatesy. Maple Leaf Gardens. So you're in Toronto, home of one Stephen J. Coates, by the way. Welcome home, I suppose. But you've got a Flyers team that's in flux. Once again, it looks like they're shaking up the lines. Braden Shen going to move from the third line back up to the top line. So my question to you is this Dave Hackstall trying to find combinations that work, or is this Braden Shen playing well enough to get elevated back up again?
I would say that it's a combination of that. I mean, I call it the guest left winger. The guest left winger is, and who is tonight, the left winger on Claude Giroux and Wayne Simmons' line. As we continue to try to find somebody that can be, let's say, efficient to stay on that line for more than a game. It was one point, I got to think about this, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, there was only one player from the forward position that did not play on the left wing on that line, and that player was Sean Couturier.
Wow.
So it's a constant audition, but it's nothing to get worried about. It's nothing to get upset about. As I've always said at the beginning of the year when people say, well, what's the lines? What are we going to do about the lines? Where are the lines going to be? The lines, we have so many combinations and permutations during the season in defense pairings and lines, it's absolutely scary. Scotty Bowman used to change lines as far as changes lines during the game all the time, constantly. So it's overrated. And it's Dave Hackstall's way to see if he can get something going where he can generate just a little bit more offense. And if that's his decision, I mean, they're looking at it all the time. They constantly talk about, is this guy a good fit? Is this guy a good fit? Is this guy a good fit? And it's really tough when you have so many left-hand shots. I mean, right-hand shot, we got, Matt Reed's playing the wrong side. You got Voracek on the other side. He's playing the wrong side. You've got Konecny. He's playing the wrong side. So not that it really matters. It doesn't seem like it matters in the game today, but that's what that's all about, in answer to your question.
Yeah, just to break that down then, so Shen with 9 points in 11 games, but you mentioned Matt Reed. He was the top-line left winger against Detroit. He drops to the fourth line tomorrow night against with Pierre-Edouard Bellemare and Robin Lubimov. By the way, Lubimov, tell us about his interesting 24 to 48 hours. He spends one day at the Phantoms and then comes back?
I would imagine, I'm going to go out on a limb and tell you that I don't think he went anywhere. It was on a paper move. He didn't drive downtown. That was a paper move, and they sent him down and brought him back.
Well, Steve Mason isn't going anywhere, and he was strong against Detroit for the most part. Indications are that he will start again, but that highlights the bigger picture of the goaltending. Your thoughts on Steve Mason, and then you can mix in Michael Neuvert as well.
Well, I thought that he played very, very well. I think that it was sad that it had to end like that. I know that's not one of his favorite things, but, the shot by Athanasiou was absolutely spectacular. Athanasiou. That's Andreas Athanasiou. He absolutely stole the show in that third period, just barreled through our defense to score a beautiful goal, and then came back and got the same type of goal, a little bit different with a backhand up and over the shoulder of Mason and the glove. So you can't be upset with the way Steve Mason played in that shootout goal. Nobody would have got that.
Steve Coates with us from the Flyers Radio Network. And, Coatesy, a lot of times we have a lot of excitement about guys. We hear a lot about them, and then the season goes on, and they start to drift. How about Provorov and Konecny? These are two guys we heard a lot about. Here we are now about a month into the season. How do you rate those two young rookies?
Well, I think the best way to look at it is you take Konecny as Konecny's head of schedule to me. Because, first of all, he's here. I never thought that Konecny would make the hockey club just because of the philosophy of the general manager, but he was that good, he deserved to be on this hockey club. So now that he's here, I can't think of one ingredient he doesn't bring to the table. I said the other night that I think he might be the fastest skater I've ever seen play for the Philadelphia Flyers. And I'm trying to promote a big race between him and Voracek. Probably won't go anywhere, but it would be a lot of fun trying to do it. I think Konecny's a little faster on the start. I think once Jake gets going, he'd be right there with him. But Konecny brings a skill, obviously, on top of his skating as far as the game's concerned. He's way ahead of the thought process and moving the puck. He's got a great work ethic, and he's not worried about taking the body. He gets mad. He got really mad the other night. And I just think that he's been a real plus. Provorov, you can see the propensity for him to be the real deal. But he got off to a little bit of a tough start, had some bad luck as far as, let's say, defensive situations, because the defense, that's why we always say you go in order. The forwards don't need as much time in the minors. Defensemen are second, goalies are third, as far as how long they like to have the players in that position in the minors. For defensemen like Provorov jumping in, it's hard because they're not used to the speed of the attacking player. They're not used to the speed of being chased down below the line. And that's been a tough situation for him, but you can see there's a great ability there, and it's going to be really good once he gets settled back there.
Steve Coates with us, Flyers radio analyst. The Flyers play the Maple Leafs tomorrow night in Toronto. And, Coates, I read somewhere that 6 of the NHL's top rookies are going to play in this game tomorrow night. So if you want to see the youth movement, on Toronto's side, William Nylander, Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, and then you mentioned Konecny and Provorov. Who's the 6th? Who am I missing out of the – I got 5. Who's 6?
Oh, there's a kid named Hyman here. I'm pretty sure he's a young kid. And that would probably fit into it right off the top of my head. But they're playing. In fact, they're playing Nylander and Matthews on the same line. I mean, that's how much faith they have in this guy. And Hyman's on the left side, and he's only 23 years old. So I'm pretty well telling you that there's a lot of young kids coming here, and they're going to stick to their guns up here and try to eventually win a Stanley Cup that they haven't won since 1967.
They're the Chicago Cubs of the NHL. All right, the Cubs won.
Well, you know why? You know why the Hockey Hall of Fame's in Toronto, don't you?
I've been there, but no, I don't know why.
The only chance Maple Leaf fans get to see the Cup. Am I right?
Yeah. Sure, take away my punchline. Go ahead.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry, pal. I just wanted to see if I was right for once.
God. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How did you like to play, Mr. Lincoln and Mrs. Lincoln? Other than that, sorry, pal.
Yeah.
PT, you're...
Yeah, let me try this one on you. No.
I heard PT tried to offer you a loony or a toonie the other day.
Tried to give me a $2 bill, and they are out of commission up here. They took all the dollars and the $2 in bill form and made them into a loony and a toonie. Which kind of would, I should get him one of those because he's a little bit of a loony and toonie.
I said it's perfect.
Bring those back.
Pete offers you money that you can't use. Here you go, use this. Oh, thanks.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
For nothing.
I looked at it, I said, that's worth more in your end than it is mine.
Out of circulation since '96, by the way. Shows how up to date I am on the times. Here you go, Coates.
All right, Steve Coates, Flyers in Toronto tomorrow night, and of course here on the Sports Bash. Thanks, Coatesy.
Guys, I'm going. Hey, you guys, I've got to go. I appreciate getting off. I got to go visit a couple of my old girlfriends in the nursing home.
Oh, Steven.
He's back home. The old haunts, the nursing home. Is that one of your old haunts? All right, Coatesy, take care, man.
See you guys. Bye-bye.